Welcome back to Brandon Sports, everybody. Hope you have an amazing day. I'm here to give you my reaction to the Buffalo Bills at the Denver Broncos and the 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. Before I give you guys my reaction, please hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share with your friends and family to help the channel continue to grow. Now, first we're going to start off with the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. Now, this game was just a whole lot. This game went to overtime. The Denver Broncos won this game 33-30. Now, I'm going to start off with the Denver Broncos on that side. Then I'm going to go over to Josh Allen. I'm usually trying to switch it and just talk about the losing team first sometimes. But this, I want to talk about the winning teams. I'll get to Josh Allen last when it comes to the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills just because of how Bo Nix played. Bo Nix in this game was 26 of 46, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. He was not sacked at all, which I was very surprised about. He had 12 attempts for 29 yards. This team could not run the ball at all. I thought Bo Nix made a lot of great plays, especially it was the first drive of the game, 15 minutes on the clock. The ball snaps, and they're driving up the field. Now, they only got 3 points out of it in that first quarter, but for me, I thought that every single time Bo Nix had the ball in his hand and they couldn't get that first down, he would just run and get a first down, just continuously had really, really good runs in this game, especially in that first quarter. I was like, man, this guy's really moving the ball, even though it's Buffalo's defense he's still moving the ball up the field. And I'm just like, man, he's really playing well. He's moving the ball up the field. Make a first down. He just continuously running the ball. Now, he did throw a pick, but they brought it back because 90 for the Buffalo Bills is offsides. So it's 1st and 5, and they only got 3 points out of it, which that was kind of disappointing because I was like, hey, man, it's 15 minutes on the clock. By the time they got off the field, it was like 9 or 7 minutes left. I'm like, you guys ate up a lot of the clock, but you guys didn't capitalize. They still got the 3 points, but they didn't capitalize on getting the touchdown. Only scored 3 points in that first quarter. Now, for me, the overall game for Bo Nix, again, I really liked his first half. That touchdown throw, looking at it right now, little Jordan Humphrey had 2 catches for 33 yards and a touchdown. He had a nice touchdown throw across his chest, right to little Jordan Humphrey. I remember him from the Saints, by the way. But little Jordan Humphrey had a nice touchdown from Bo Nix. I was like, man, what is Denver doing? He threw that touchdown. I was like, oh, that's amazing. Because usually they tell quarterbacks not to throw across their body. But that was an amazing throw by Bo Nix. To me, that was his best throw of the season, to me, in my opinion. Just the way going across his body and getting it that far deeper to basically to the end zone to little Jordan Humphrey. I thought that was amazing. Courtland Sutton had 4 catches for 53 yards. Now, I didn't notice until Jim Nantz said it on the broadcast. I don't know how I wasn't paying attention to this, but Courtland Sutton didn't have a catch until the 4th quarter. I was shocked by that because he's their best receiver, and the fact that I'm like, why is they calling check downs, and why is Sean Payton, like Buffalo sees they're continuously checking the ball down, and the way they're just throwing it behind the line of scrimmage, the running back has to run up and then he's getting hit. I'm like, what are they doing? It just seems so stagnant at certain times, but I'm like, man, Courtland Sutton not getting open. These receivers ain't getting open. Now, Marvin Mims had a nice touchdown, especially going in that 4th quarter, a nice touchdown throw from Bo Nix. Right in the bucket, right to Marvin Mims. He looked like he got hurt, but again, he got up and basically, channeling the crowd. He had 8 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown. Amazing touchdown grab by him. Again, Bo Nix made some really, really nice throws in his game. The only part that I didn't like about Bo Nix's game this entire game was the 3rd quarter and really the 4th quarter when the total team offensive yards was way down from it was in the first half. I'm like, man, we kind of getting stagnant here. We got to move the ball. And I think that's what helped Buffalo score 13 points in that 4th quarter because of Denver not converting in certain plays and, obviously going out and Josh Allen have an opportunity to come back in. But again, Bo Nix still outplayed Josh Allen, and he played better than Josh Allen in this entire game. Now, there's a controversial call against Buffalo because they're going to say, well, that wasn't really a pass interference on the defense for Buffalo. To me, it looked like he slapped his hand earlier when he's running. I look like he hit his hand. I have to go back and look at the replay, but again, they called it. Was it a bad call? If you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you think it's going to be a bad call. If you're a Denver Broncos fan, you're going to think it was a great call because it was in your favor. Again, do I think the officiating cost Buffalo this game? Absolutely not. And don't let nobody else tell you that it did not cost them the game. Was it a little bit too excessive? People could say that, but again, Josh Allen did not put this team in position to win this football game. I don't care what nobody says. Just because you're a fanboy of Josh Allen does not mean we're going to come up here and continuously start lying. I'm going to tell the truth. I have no dog in this fight. I told you guys I'm unbiased. Again, Josh Allen's MVP, best quarterback in the league to some people. Do I think he's the best quarterback in the league? No, I don't think he's the best quarterback in the league. I think he's top 5 in the league. I think Patrick Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the league. I think Josh Allen is number 2 because of the way that he played this year. But again, we have to be honest, and I'm going to be honest in my reviews. I'm not holding nothing back. I'm not sugarcoating anything. Josh Allen did not play well in this game. Again, he scored 30 points on his Buffalo defense, which is amazing for him, and this team but he didn't play well. And it's okay to say that he did not play well again. Bo Nix outplayed him. They couldn't run the ball, and they still won this game. It went to overtime. They scored 3 points, a field goal. Bo Nix got him out the field. And what I want to say about Bo Nix before I go to the Buffalo Bills is that Bo Nix suffered a broken bone in his ankle, and he's going to be out for the rest of the playoffs. So praise out to him to get better going into next season. His playoffs is over, so we pray for him that he get better for the regular season coming up. Again, if I'm Bo Nix in all season, I work on being more consistent, especially throughout the game. Be more consistent and start making better throws for this team because they're going to need him next year, especially when you have the Chargers still trying to get better after they lost their playoff game and you don't know what Kansas City is going to be. So people are going to be gunning for that number one spot, and Bo Nix needs to be more consistent. But I thought in this game, he really did a phenomenal job. The throws that he was making, you can't even rip him. You have to give him his praise. The way he gutted it out when he suffered that injury to his ankle and still went out there and still played, you got to give Bo Nix his credit. Now, I want to move to the Buffalo Bills, and I'm saving it for last because I really want to talk about Josh Allen. Josh Allen, 25 of 39, 283 yards, 7.3 average per attempt, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He was sacked 3 times in this game. James Cook had 24 carries, 117 yards. Josh Allen had 12 carries for 66 yards. Dalton Kincaid had a nice game. He had 6 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown on 6 targets. Khalil Shakir had 7 catches for 75 yards on 9 targets, though he had a nice game. Coleman had a touchdown, and Mecole Hardman had a nice touchdown in this game. But for me, this is all about Josh Allen fumbling the ball 3 times. He fumbled the ball 3 times and lost it twice. James Cook fumbled the ball, and he also lost the ball. Even though they let up 30 points, this Denver defense still did enough to help Bo Nix continuously win this game. Now, for me, people are going to sit up there and cry about Josh Allen. We're not going to sugarcoat anything. We're going to tell the truth. He did not play well. In the second half, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Allen had the ball. He could have ran and just slid and just said, you know what, that's it. Let me just dust my hands. The quarter's over. We're not going to score any points. We're not getting up the field. But what does Josh Allen do? Josh Allen takes the ball and chucks it backward and fumbles the ball. Then the Denver Broncos get it back. What was he thinking on that play? That was on him. And as soon as he fumbled that ball and threw it backwards, I said, this is going to cost the Buffalo Bills. Even if the game went into overtime, this was going to cause the Buffalo Bills this football game and his play. Now, I know I saw him on the podium. He was crying again. Listen, it's an emotional game, and I get it. But the criticism is still warranted. And I told you guys in my preview, my predictions, I said, guys, listen, Josh Allen is not going to get any blame for this game if he plays well. He doesn't turn the ball over, and he plays well. But because Denver's defense is so good that they're just going to beat him up. Not literally, but they're going to beat him down. He's going to go out there. He doesn't turn the ball over. He's not exciting. He's not great in the game. He's not phenomenal, but he did his part. But his defense didn't do his part because of Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos offense. But that was totally different from what I thought and imagined. This game, you're going to give him blame. And to me, you're going to give him more blame than Sean McDermott. Don't try to blame Sean McDermott because, again, I said that I thought that if they lost this game badly, that Sean McDermott would have got fired in the first game. And now, because they won that first game, it was going to be okay. But this game, if you fire Sean McDermott, shame on Buffalo Bills. They should not fire the coach. Do not fire the coach. This is not on him. This is on Josh Allen. The coach didn't tell him to throw the ball backwards. The coach didn't tell him to throw the interception, the first interception. Then the second interception, I know you're going to say, well, the receiver was down. But according to the NFL, is the rule fair? No, it's not. I don't think it's fair. But again, he has to come down complete with the ball. He basically snatched the ball out when it was going down. They both had their hands on it. And that's the second interception that he had. But again, I keep trying to tell y'all, Josh Allen is expected to do more with less because he won an MVP. Now, people are going to say that's not fair. Yes, it's not fair, but that's the expectation that you guys put on athletes. You put that on the Kobe Bryant. You put that on LeBron James. You put it on Tom Brady, who, after Randy Moss left, Tom Brady never had great wide receivers. He had a Julian Edelman who only caught for 1,000 yards twice in the regular season. And he had Danny Amendola and Chris Hogan and all of these wide receivers that people would say, oh, well, some of these guys are no names and they're not superstar wide receivers like a Jamar Chase or a Justin Jefferson or anybody else. You guys were saying this for all these years, but now that Josh Allen gets here and he wins the MVP last year, he's expected to do more with less. Is that fair? No. But when you're a superstar, you have to carry that burden. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes. Remember when his receivers were dropping every single one of these passes? In a regular season, they just continuously kept dropping the ball. And they still went out won a Super Bowl because Patrick Mahomes made the right plays. This game was totally on Josh Allen. You can say it was officiating all you want to, fine. You can say whatever. If you want to go that route, you can go that route. But throughout the entirety of this game, that fumble in that second half, the first half, going into the second half, was on Josh Allen. An interception was on Josh Allen. The fumbling was on Josh Allen. Again, it's okay to say that he played bad. I'm not going to make fun of him because that's not, it's not funny just to make fun of somebody, how everybody's doing on social media. But again, we have to be truthful. He did not play well in this football game, and it's okay to say that. Now, I know you got people like Dan Orlovsky, who's basically probably throwing the chairs everywhere in his house because of the way that Josh Allen played. And by the way, I want to get to that too. CBS has a Tony Romo problem. That was ridiculous. His entire call for this entire game was ridiculous. Every time he calls games for Josh Allen, he doesn't want to criticize him. There are other quarterbacks that play this game and get criticized, and he doesn't. Again, criticism is warranted. You don't have to talk about the person personally, fine. The personal jabs, leave that to the side. But the actual criticism of the athlete and the way that they're playing is warranted. He didn't play well in this game. And then at the end of the fourth quarter, which really, really irked me, is Tony Romo the same, I don't know, Jim. I'm like, man, what are we doing? This guy has to get off commentary. He's just not, I don't know what happened to Tony Romo. He's getting too far removed from the game. Again, if I'm CBS, I know this is a little mini rant. I would hire Greg Olsen from Fox and put him on the first team. Again, this is awful. Tony Romo, I don't know. People on the internet saying he was glazing Josh Allen. He doesn't want to criticize Josh Allen. And hearing the commentary, and I purposely listen to him just in case to hear it. And he does do that a lot, which is very, very unfortunate because he's supposed to be unbiased too. I come up here and try to give you guys my best unbiased opinions I can. I don't try to be biased and, put my feelings over everything else like that. Well, except for that 49ers game, but that was just me predicting an upset for the weekend. But all in all, again, Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos, even though this game went to overtime, it was 33-30, they still outplayed the Buffalo Bills. And this Buffalo Bills loss is on Josh Allen. Again, the Denver Broncos win this game 33-30 against the Buffalo Bills. Bo Nix, get well soon. We'll see you next season. Josh Allen didn't do enough to win this football game. Denver 33, Buffalo 30. Next up, we have the 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. We're going to start off with the Seattle Seahawks in this game. Sam Darnold was 12 of 17, 124 yards and a touchdown. He was only sacked twice in this game. Kenneth Walker had 19 carries for 116 yards and 3 touchdowns, 6.1 average. He's the first running back in Seattle to have 3 touchdowns in the postseason game since Sean Alexander. That was actually a nice stat that they put up, so congratulations to Kenneth Walker. Cooper Kupp had 5 catches for 6 yards. He had some nice catches in this game. Even though he didn't have a touchdown, he had some nice catches in this game. Jackson Smith-Njigba had 3 catches for 19 yards and a touchdown on 4 targets. They didn't really call his name, and I know that Tom Brady and the crew was basically saying that we're not really saying his name that much, but he did have a nice touchdown in this game. Again, Seattle's defense only got 2 sacks on Brock Purdy. I thought this was a domination by this Seattle defense. Again, Sam Darnold had the oblique injury that they was reporting, but for me, it looked like he was injured at all. He didn't really throw the ball throughout practice. I'm like, man, you guys making it seem like he can't play. I'm like, man, what is going on? He can't play. Like, what? Why? Is he really that injured? And then he just comes out. He only threw the ball 17 times, which they basically ran his ball a lot. 70% completion percentage. 17 attempts. He completed 12 of them. So, again, he played well to me in his game. Didn't really do nothing bad. But overall, Seattle just basically dominated from start to finish. The game, you dominated. You came out, ran a kickoff return for a touchdown. Sam Darnold didn't really make any mistakes. Didn't make no mistakes at all, actually. But he didn't turn the ball over. He didn't throw any interceptions. But everybody knew this was going to be a lopsided game. Now, me, I'm going to get to the 49ers in my pick. Don't worry. But for me, I knew that this defense was going to play well. I just thought Brock Purdy would muster something up. But, again, Seattle, hats off to Seattle. They're going to the NFC Championship game. Even though I don't like this game at all, just because only 6 points was scored by the 49ers. And it was a total domination. I want to see more competition. But again, Seattle dominated this game. They won 41-6. They scored 17 points in the first quarter, 7 points in the second quarter, 10 points in the third quarter, and 7 points in the fourth quarter. Again, Seattle Seahawks dominated this game. A great defensive performance by Seattle. And this offense, they were running this football. Kenneth Walker, you guys, if you didn't watch the highlights after this review, go watch him. Just a great job by Kenneth Walker, and the carries burst wide open for these runs that he was making. Again, the 49ers defense, I said that they can't get no pressure. That Sam Darnold wouldn't really have a problem because of the pressure that they could not get. They were getting absolutely no pressure, but again, at least they got 2 sacks. At least they did get some pressure and got 2 sacks. But overall, again, this 49ers defense was completely decimated by injury. You're on your 5th to 6th, 7th string linebacker. Fred Warner was out there acting like he was trying to come back and play. Man, you wasn't coming back. You were favoring your other leg off the ankle surgery. Man, try to go out there and practice. I get it. It's a motivating factor. Trip Williams did say it was motivating. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But man, you wasn't coming back. It was just too soon. Again, nice effort to try to come back, but it just wasn't in the cards for you to come back for this game. Again, Seattle's defense dominated. Sam Darnold played a clean game. He's not going to be criticized. And we're going to see what happens next week and who we're going to see who he faces, either the Rams or the Chicago Bears. We'll see who he plays. But other than that, this is a great game by Seattle. Now, again, the 49ers, the only person in this week, a round of games, who has an excuse is Brock Purdy. Well, you can say that about C.J. Stroud, too, because he doesn't have the receiver. But Brock Purdy in this game, he was 15 of 27, 140 yards and an interception. He was sacked twice. And he did fumble the ball when he got hit from behind. Again, Jake Tongans had 5 catches for 59 yards. He had a fumble as well, 6 targets. Christian McCaffrey, 5 catches for 39 yards and 6 targets. Brock Purdy had 5 attempts for 37 yards. He was running a lot in this game. 7.4 average yards per attempt. It's like for a quarterback, that's a lot for a quarterback who's not a running quarterback. He does scramble, but he's not a running quarterback, if you get what I mean, like a Lamar Jackson or something like that. Christian McCaffrey, 11 attempts for 35 yards. Again, not great. Jordan James, 6 carries, 28 yards. That's when Mac Jones came in. But all in all, this game for the 49ers, this was a great coaching job. For me, this was a great coaching job by the Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers to even be here. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles, with defending Super Bowl champions. They went into their house and beat them. You have to give them credit for that. Even though they get blown out in this game, again, he just didn't have enough. I mean, you need something. Now, this is different. People are going to say, well, you just said about Josh Allen. The difference between Josh Allen and Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy, even though he's been to a Super Bowl, he doesn't have an MVP, and he's not considered a top 2 or top 5 quarterback in the NFL. There's a difference. Now, do I think his play warrants him to be in that consideration? Yes. But most likely, is he going to be in that conversation going into next season? No. He'll be in the top 10 conversation, but he won't be in the top 5 conversation. That's reserved for Patrick Mahomes. That's reserved for Josh Allen. That's reserved for Lamar Jackson. That's reserved for Joe Burrow, even though he hasn't made the playoffs 3 years, but it's still reserved for Joe Burrow, and it's going to be reserved for Matthew Stafford if he wins MVP. And if Drake May wins MVP, it'll be a conversation for him to be in that top 5 and Matthew Stafford to be 6 if Drake May wins the MVP. But all in all, I give Brock Purdy his credit. Listen, was it a great game at all? No, he didn't play well. Again, he was 15 of 27, 55% completion percentage. He had an interception and a fumble, and 140 passing yards. But this team and these players were not getting open. Some of these guys dropping passes. Juwan Jennings had a bad crucial drop. Brock Purdy did all he could for this game. Again, it's a huge difference between Josh Allen and Brock Purdy. And if you guys are going to comment down below, oh, you're sticking up for Brock Purdy, but you're criticizing Josh Allen, because Josh Allen is the better quarterback, and he's expected to do more. But Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. Oh, how can you keep using that? That's a part of his story. The same way with Brady. I'm a 6th-round draft pick. It's a part of his story. People kept trying to say that he needed the Avengers. He's not the most talented quarterback in the world where he can carry a team. I mean, he's been carrying his team half of the year, especially when George Kittle was out, and it was just him and Christian McCaffrey and Ricky Pearsall and all that. But other than that, he still tried his best. To me, there's a huge difference in distinguishing these guys. Ricky Pearsall had 2 targets, no catches. Demarcus Robinson, 1 catch for 1 yard on 1 target. Juwan Jennings had 5 targets. He had 2 catches for 23 yards. This was just a bad game by the 49ers, but again, they were outmatched and outclassed. That's the only thing I can say. They were outmatched. They were outclassed. Robert Saleh, again, the fact that they were here in the divisional round against the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I know I picked the 49ers. Again, I was wrong. I don't mind being wrong. I don't care about that. I was wrong. I'm 1 for 1 for today. I picked the Broncos and they won, and I picked the 49ers and they lost. I get it. I'm not running from the smoke. I was wrong. I thought there was going to be an upset. Again, I was wrong. I picked the wrong team. I was wrong. But again, I don't think this is all on Brock Purdy, and it's unfair to put all the blame on him for this game because George Kittle tore his Achilles. Even though I picked him to win, fair, but George Kittle tore his Achilles. Ricky Pearsall was non-existent. He did the best he could. The offensive line was just getting beat up all night long. He was just getting beat up. And he was under so much pressure. But again, there's a difference. Again, I'm going to say it one more time between Josh Allen and Brock Purdy. And if you're trying to make the comparison for my criticism of Josh Allen, but not so much criticism of Brock Purdy, reevaluate your opinion because you are on one. Again, it's a totally 2 different situations. Now, again, 49ers, kudos to them for getting here, 7-2 on the road, 12-5 record. They'll be back next year to compete in this division, but this is all about Seattle. Complete domination by the defense. Sam Darnold didn't have any turnovers. Now he can be trusted to go into the next week and play in the NFC Championship game. And no matter what, we're going to see who the pressure is going to be on for next week's game for the NFC Championship to see who goes to the Super Bowl. Again, great job by the Seattle Seahawks. This is all about the Seahawks in this game. And for the 49ers, you have to pat yourself on the back. If you're a 49ers fan, Don't be discouraged. Don't be upset. Your team was banged up. This team was banged up completely. I told you guys, even though I picked the 49ers to win and they lost, I had to be unbiased and give you guys a good outlook. The same way I did for the Denver Broncos and even the Buffalo Bills. They have to get back on their feet next year too. It's a two-team division. The Jets are bad, right? And the Dolphins are bad. They ain't got no coach. This is between the Patriots and the Bills in that division in the AFC East. And in the NFC West, the Cardinals are out of it right now. The Rams are basically playing tomorrow, but it's going to be a three-team race, and the 49ers are going to get all their players back, and we're going to restart this whole thing again. But again, do I blame Brock Purdy for this loss? No. There's context to the situation of why they lost this game. The Seahawks are just a better team. Again, I picked the 49ers, and I was wrong, but Seattle was just far and away the better team in this game. I thought it was going to be upset, but obviously it wasn't. Again, tip of the cap to the 49ers for actually getting here. The same thing with Buffalo and the teams that lost, and congratulations to the teams that won. Denver won even though your quarterback got hurt, and congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks for winning this game. This was a total domination. Again, I'm repeating myself, but it was a domination by the Seattle Seahawks in this football game. Seattle Seahawks win 41-6. Let me know in the comment section down below how you guys feel about this game. If you're an NFL fan, let me know how you guys felt about Saturday's slate of games, how you felt about the controversial call in the first game between Denver and Buffalo, how you guys felt about the blowout in Seattle. If you are a Buffalo Bills fan, let me know in the comment section down below how you feel. If you're a Denver Broncos fan, how do you guys feel about the win and about Bo Nix's injury and what do you guys expect for next week? If you are a 49ers fan, let me know in the comment section down below how you guys felt about their loss. And if you are a Seattle Seahawks fan, let me know how you guys felt about the win. Again, if you're a football fan and you want to chime in the conversation, feel free to comment down below how you guys felt about this weekend. I will be back tomorrow to give you guys my reaction to the Houston Texans at the New England Patriots and also the Los Angeles Rams at the Chicago Bears. So hopefully those games will be blowouts or going in overtime. Hopefully it'll be a nice clean game all across the board for both of those games tomorrow. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more great content coming your way. Until next time, guys, see you real soon.